Sponsored by LearnGD.com. Learn graphics and digital video design online.
I know they miss him, you know what I mean? And when it comes to that, Danny's, he takes control of his two brothers and say, hey, we gotta, he keeps them strong. I know that for a fact, Danny is what he is. Danny is Danny. Everybody has, como, like we say in Mexican, cada cabeza es su mundo. So, and Danny's Danny. But Danny, when it comes to the familia thing, he keeps everybody on check, makes sure. Let me give you an example about Father's Day. Father's Day weekend, I have a nephew, their cousin. He was working in Texas, security officer. He was driving home for Father's Day. That Thursday morning, I guess he fell asleep on the wheel and he flipped his car. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, they cremated the body because they couldn't recognize the face. That's how bad it was. So they had a memorial, they had a mass for him too, over there in Vista, Oceanside, where my cousin lived. So Christian, Danny, and myself went. My other nephews, after mass, when we got together at the house, Danny got all my nephews, their brother, and Danny told them, I go, look, this, and everybody saw, and they go, they gave Danny a lot of credit. Because he talked to my nephews to say, we went through that when Joseph passed away. I go, you got to remember, I don't know what Danny told them, but it was all, words of encouragement. And that's Danny, you know what I mean? And so, after, I guess it helped out my nephews because, I mean, they were really down and out before the mass. God, pobrecitos, and so Danny, gave him a little pep talk and, and put them all on check, and everything was cool, just, to bring their spirits up, because Danny's been there, so he could explain to them. So, and like I said, my cousins, they were all, oh, thank you, mijo, thank you, Dad, because, if you don't experience it, you don't know what to say, But you had to be there to, You know what, Louis? I'm going to be honest with you. I've been open with my kids, I mean, we speak and we talk like friends. There's nothing that we're hiding, because even bad things, when I have a problem, I call Danny, hey, this is happening, just be on the lookout, or just whatever. We never kept nothing from each other. I don't know if they have from me, but at least Danny, I always, being my oldest, he's more like me. I mean, grew up in Navarro, East Town. You know what I'm saying? We're more in common. Not that I don't with my other sons, don't get me wrong, because I'm not putting them aside. But Danny and I have that special bonding where, it just, where we talk to each other, and he goes, all right, Dad, and he hears me out, and, and I'm not going to say, mijo, I love you, because I tell him every time I talk to him. So and I tell the other two también, The only thing I want is that, just keep us tight, be a good dad to your daughters. And, man, I hope you make it big with this. You know what I mean? Because, I'm sick of living in here. No. But, no, I just wish him the best of luck, And, Lou, like I said, I'm not going to say something here that he really doesn't know, And I'm not ashamed, again, to say, mijo, I love you. And hey, keep up the good work, and I wish you the best of luck, and your buddies. Yeah, my sons, I love them all, You can't love your sons, like to say, oh, I love you this way. I love my kids all the same. I love them all. They're all my mijos, and they'll be my mijos to the day I die, And, that's why when you told me about this for Danny, and I mean, I got excited. I got excited for my son, for what he's doing, for what he's trying to do. Because, Danny has struggled a lot in life. And, and as a parent, you want the best for your sons. You want them to be better than you are. You know what I mean? That's life, That's how we think, We'll do anything for our kids. We bend over backwards. Aunque nos quedemos sin un penny para atrás. Whatever, we're always there for our kids. Excuse me. That's why, when you told me, Louis, and, it's like, God, you know, last night when we spoke. Last night after I read your letter, that got to me big time. That really got to me. It really got to me, and I go, oh, you know what? That's por eso te hablé right away. And when I called Danny, oh, he was all excited, and you know, and I wish the best. You know, hope everything turns out right, and you know.
Yeah, actually, I do. I got 3 little girls. One when I was 16. I turned 17 when she was born. My daughter Jasmine, and then Shali and Mia. Shali just turned 6, and then Mia's 4. And they're from my second baby's mom, Francesca. But they live in Arizona. You know?
What does it mean to you?
I mean, everything. That's why I'm trying to change things up now in my life, you know? Trying to live and be a better person, because obviously my daughters are getting older and getting big, and I don't want them to look at me and say, you know what, and I'm over here being a fool or whatever it is. I don't want them to think that that's okay, and them in the future, I know obviously they're going to end up having boyfriends sooner or later. It's part of life. I don't want them to say, oh, it's okay to have that kind of a dude as a boyfriend, you know? So that's pretty much what's going on with that. Nothing but love to him and respect, and I wish him nothing but the best. So, well, obviously at this point, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm Mr. Tough. Look at me, I'm stoppable. Nah, I still feel and I carry that with me. When it's your time to die, it's your time to die. Yeah, the only, not the only, but the main thing that comes to my heart is my little girls. I want to stay alive for them, so I could protect them while they grow up. So I don't have motherfuckers trying to take advantage of them, and I could school them, and I could talk to them and let them know what's what, you know? Because that's pretty much my main, you know, goal and focus, and what sticks to my mind and what sticks to my heart. Oh, I always let them know every day. Tell them, you know what, mamas, I love you. You know you're my princess. I want you to be a good girl. You listen to your mommy. You listen to your grandma. And you don't fight with your sisters. You know, and I always let them know, you know, if anyone's being mean to you or hits you or is you where you're not supposed to be, you go let your family know, which is your grandma or your mom and stuff like that. So I pretty much put them up on their toes on what's what, because obviously I'm right here born and raised in LA, East LA, which is pretty much, I'm not just looking at one city, I'm looking at the overall world the way it is. But I know there's some pretty sick motherfuckers that choose to live that life that I ain't, you know? And of course, how other motherfuckers always say, but I ain't other motherfuckers. Let motherfuckers I take it to the next level with my little girls, then for sure you're gonna have a price to pay. I'm not gonna threaten you because me and you are, we're talking on video. So that's all I'm gonna leave it as.
The only thing I would change is, well, that's between his mom and me. You know, I just wish we would have still kept together. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna get into details, but you know, I think there ain't nothing wrong with my kids right now. You know what I mean? But, and I don't, you know, just being together, watching them grow, the two of us together. That's, I mean, because my kids, you know, it's not like, you know, there's nothing wrong with them, you know? I mean, regardless if we were together or not, but just to be united as a family. But yeah, you know, man. So, you know, can't cry over spilled milk, like they said. You up, Julio, and that's it. Bueno, okay, pues para que se te quite lo pendejo. So, I mean, sorry to put it in those words, but but I wouldn't turning back. That's how about things, because as a kids growing up, my kids, we had a great time. There was 99% good times, 1% bad times, and which was what? Oh, I cut my finger or something like that, but we had good times. Holidays, everything, we had good times. I mean, I look back, and if I could do it again, just to live that life again, because we had fun, we'd do it again. But yeah, looking back, it's no regrets whatsoever, Louis. No regrets, you know. we had a good time with all my kids, you know. And I still do when I see them. When we once in a while we still get together, the four of us, and you know, I fly Adrian in, or he comes down for something, and we do it a point, make it a point to hang out, the four of us, at least for half a day or something. You know, it just we keep that bond between us. You know, that Barajas bond. You know, so but no regrets. I'm happy with my kids, and with everybody. You know, all three kids, whatever career they choose, you know, they have my support, and you know, just wishing the best of luck.
All I could do is have a strong faith and let you know the realness. And I hope because I know that my brother, pretty much at this point, what I've always felt growing up, who's looking after me and who's helping me out and having my back, is my mother's mom, my abuelita, my grandma Hela. My grandma Hela, because I know that she was real protective and a real strong woman and like that, you know? So that's what's been sticking in my heart. Not to say that I don't want none of my other family members that are in heaven and stuff to keep an eye over me. Of course I do. But what do I remember now? That as that question you asked me, that's what's what.
And you believe in a heaven, in a God?
Yeah, of course. Pray to God, and you know, me growing up, my great grandma, which is my dad's grandma, which was my dad's mom, always taught me a lot of different prayers in Spanish growing up that I would keep to my heart. And even to this day, I'm even able to recite some in the morning or to myself or whatever, you know, ones that I just keep to myself, even if I don't really even let my parents hear it or my brother hear it or my girlfriend or this girl, anyone. I say it to myself. And as long as I'm saying it in my heart and in my mind, then I keep faith with myself, you know. Pretty much the only thing I'm able to remember, even though I'm able to remember her constantly praying for me and stuff like that, but to full blown actually reminisce on on the whole situation, all that comes to my head is one. And I'm not even able to say it to you in confidence and stuff like that. So I wouldn't even want to look dumb, you know. So hopefully in the future I'm able to handle that. But yeah, that's what's going on.
Does your God have a name?
Yeah, Jesus. And you know, Jesus Christ, you know, Jesus, God Almighty. You know, I grew up, my family's real Catholic, you know, so I believe we have saints and all that, you know, the Virgin Mary and stuff like that. So,
What is like you see a lot of homeboys like at beach. What do you feel about that? Do you believe that that's real, or a lot of them are just posers?
well, I can't really hate on that whole situation because I'm not there inspecting them. But I'm sure that, you know, there must be some kind of, some kind of fakeness. I want to hope for the best. I don't want to hate on the situation. So all I could hope is for the best. And hopefully there is real cats in there. You know, just got to say thank you to Lord, straight up. Thank you to God. To my Lord, you know. Gracias for letting me live. Must be here for some reason. You know, and nothing but love to all my family and all my people. I stay loving the motherfucker. My goals in life are to be able to purchase a couple houses and have a couple cars and provide a better life, obviously, that I grew up living for my kids and to succeed, you know, whether it's in music, whether it's in running businesses and just stuff like that, you know. So glad to be able to be alive, you know.